Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 5, Dragonfire, the Thief Path. Well, I have just spent all of day 5 training, and I restored my save from before to show you where my stats are right now. And I just got Strength and Agility maxed out. Vitality is almost maxed out. Note Acrobatics are at 390, Offense is at 355. Everything else fairly respectable. However, after a couple of hours of intensive training and using the treadmill, Vitality maxed out, Luck is maxed out, Offense is now at 401, and Acrobatics is maxed out at 500. So it is now almost 6 o'clock, the witching hour for fighting. And can I make it there before the shops close? It'll be close, but yes, I get there just as everything is still open.
Calimera, we shall meet in battle. May the best warrior win.
Oh, I really should have equipped my gear first, but
my greetings.
Thankfully I can do that.
Welcome to the arena. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And we can skip the dialogue. It's the same each time.
Our champion is challenged by a most renowned hero. I summon to battle the Prince of Shapir.
Prince of Shapir, I choose you!
May the contest begin!
Now there is one advantage I have that Kokino does not. Apart from Magic Dagger and nice leather armor. I can use healing potions in the middle of the fight, and he can't. Not that I'll need to.
The victor of tonight's battle is the Prince of Shapir.
Although, oddly enough, no matter how long it takes you to win the fight, you still don't get out before midnight. So, might as well go to bed. In case you're curious, we currently have 240 puzzle points out of a total 1,000 in this game. And we've done pretty much all the quests that we can do but one. And it's not even a quest so much as a place we haven't explored yet, but we'll be doing that this time around.
Today's treat is goop soup with cabbage. It was supposed to be spaghetti and meatballs, but Rover threw a cabbage at Tony Maloney and it fell in the sauce. Then Tony threw the meatballs back at Rover, but Rover dodged them and they hit Sal instead, so she dropped all the spaghetti. That wouldn't have been a problem, but Tessie slipped on the spaghetti while she was carrying the carrot salad, so that went everywhere. When they looked around, Everything was mixed up, so they picked up what they could salvage and put it all in with the sauce and cabbage. They just added some water and salt and voila! A meal you won't find anywhere else.
And with good reason. You eat this as rapidly as you can, trying not to think about the taste or the ingredients. And I don't think we get anything new out of Toro.
Good see.
Calimera!
And nothing new from Andre this time.
It's worth a lot more than you're offering. Pay me your sure cheap. I'm not taking less than this, you're sure cheap. I'm not taking less than this for it. We got a deal.
And there is a reason why we are buying a single spear. And I don't think there's anything from his famous adventure, but he's not awake yet, so we'll just go ahead and head on out the south gate. At least I think it's south. Well, at least we were heading east, but now it looks like we're facing west. Because there's one location we haven't visited yet here that you might recall from Quest for Glory 4. Dr. Cranium mentioned an Academy of Science in Silmaria, and that's what this place is. But in order to get to the Academy of Science, we have to pass a couple of minor tests. Welcome to Science Island. Activate the cable car, release gears on the windmill, release the brake, set brake as gondola arrives, enter gondola, release the brake again. Well, easily done. This lever looks as though it affects the machinery leading from the control box below and over to the overhanging pole. You assess it probably switches something in some way. Oh, if only we had some type of firm, long substance we could use to put this back in place. Once it's close. And from here, just throw a rock. Luckily, it automatically stops once we get to the other side. Welcome to the Academy of Science. You too can have a career as a successful research assistant for a brilliant scientist. Please take the simple science quiz to enter. Do serious research. What is the purpose of science? To explore new worlds, new civilizations, to discover the true meaning of life, the universe, and everything, to find a dimension where the missing socks go in their wash, to provide telepathic communication with ants. Life, the universe, and everything. True. Correct. A true scientist would be willing to hitchhike to the end of the galaxy for answers. Nice Douglas Adams tribute there. What is the goal of the true scientist? To get tenure at a major university and be set for life? To impress babes with your towering intellect? To plot to take over the world? All of the above. Clearly, all of the above. Correct. A scientist has a diverse portfolio of desires and goals. What does every scientist need? 1. To be able to spell Beetlejuice. 2. To be able to tell the difference between a hawk and a handsaw. 3. A diploma from the Academy of Science in Silmaria. 4. A perpetual motion machine. Clearly a diploma from the Academy of Science. Correct. You are definitely a degree above the ordinary. What is a quark? A bartender on a space station, a measure of weight, a particle of an atom, all of the above. Particle of an atom? Wrong, you only got particle answer. That was not the correct answer. You'll have to do better than that. Why is science essential? Without science, the world will be destroyed by ignorance and superstition. It keeps scientists employed. Were it not for science, gravity wouldn't exist and everybody would fly around everywhere. Or all of the above. Science is ignorance and superstition. Correct. The shining beacon of science shall shatter the darkness of superstition. What is the essence of the scientist? A profound mind and a round body? Brains, brilliance, and a body that won't quit? An incredible intellect and a flair for the savoir-faire? D. Subtlety and a bad temper. B. Incorrect. Scientists are immune to flattery. However, I like the way you think. That was your second wrong answer. Maybe you're not cut out to be a scientist. What is the Academy of Science? The domain where trained brains are disdained, a gathering place for the greatest minds, a training zone for towering intellects, and exciting and excellent environment for experiments, the best place in the world to be. 3. A collection of backbiting, plagiarizing, criticizing crazy old coots who think they should rule the world, a place for people who have no lives tell other people how to run their lives. 2. Correct, you've obviously come to the right place. What is magic? Superstitious hogwash, ludicrous, legerdemain, deceiving, weak, and shallow minds, an irrational ideology of incredible idiocy, all of the above. All of the above. Correct. Science shall send superstitious stupidity to oblivion. What is a lab assistant? An underpaid undergraduate with delusions of tenure, a bright young student with a brilliant career in tremendous field research, the person whose brilliant thoughts and studious research get plagiarized by professor, chief petri dish, and bottle washer. Congratulations and welcome to the Academy of Science. The gear now reveals an open door into the Science Academy. Congratulations, you are now able to try and be a scientist. Lucky guy. The inside of the Academy of Science seems very dark and gloomy. A long brush held in place by a lavish Bavarian gripping mechanism. This must be the famous broom, Hilda. Is this a pie chart or a pizza? Looks a lot like the map of the Gondwanan right after the Wild Party 42. It could be a blueprint for something really scientific. Then again, you wouldn't know a superconducting super collider from a hole in the ground. And if we look at it, it says artichoke and anchovy pizza. The ultimate combination of ingredients. Crunchy crust, tomato sauce, interesting anchovies, smooth artichokes. And we have another screen over here. So you want to be a scientist. It takes real brains to wrestle quadratic equations. If you believe you have what it takes to be a scientist, take the simple test. You too can be formulating theorems of the universe in no time. What is a daffodil? A pickled duck? A very slow crocodile? A member of the Narcissus genus? A great place on a daff. That'd be the Narcissus. What is aerodynamics? The forensic study of death by being pushed off a flying hammock. A type of exercise to music. The branch of science that deals with the motion of air. All of the above. C. What is a quadrant? A four-person flame war. 1/4 of an ant. Where they keep the space-time anomalies. An arc of 90 degrees. 90-degree arc. Name a constellation. O'Reilly the radar. None of the above. Prego the not-so-virtuous. Carcinogenian the crustacean. None of the above. What is an octopus? A cephalopod mollusk. What the parrot says the cat ate him. An 8-armed cata. All of the above. A cephalopod. Congratulations, you have successfully passed the test. You are fully qualified as a lab assistant. Your laboratory access password is pizza. And remember that pizza I bought the other day? This artichoke pizza is a nice crust and plenty of cheese and sauce to make it messy but tasty. Artichokes on pizza, however, are an acquired taste. What else is an acquired taste? Anchovies. These small fishes look and smell like something that would be better as bait than sushi. We now have an A&A pizza. This artichoke and anchovy pizza looks very appetizing, assuming you like artichokes and anchovies. Well, that chart's a bit of a hint. This distinguished scientist seems to be a pleasant and reasonable eccentric. And we can try and do the thief sign on him. Victorious looks at you with curiosity as though cataloging a scientific phenomena in his mind. He's obviously never seen the thief sign before.
You mean you are not here to become a famous scientist? I'm afraid I'm very busy right now and have no time for salesmen, reporters, adventurers, or other riffraff.
Oi.
I am head scientist and instructor at the Academy of Sciences here in Silmaria. Most of the scientists are on sabbatical right now. There was a little disagreement about one of the experiments. However, we are fully operational as an educational facility. You are wise to ask that. Pizza is the essence of scientific principles. A well-designed pizza is like a well-designed experiment, balanced and planned in every aspect. The crust must be crisp and to the point, like the hypothesis one seeks to prove by experimentation. The sauce must be the careful combination of the various substances distilled to their essence, like the exploration of the hypothesis of the experimentation. The cheese must be binding, like the culmination of the exploration of the hypothesis of the experimentation. The anchovies and artichokes, which are necessary for the truly well-designed pizza, are there because they happen to be my favorite pizza toppings. Science is the application of mathematics and reasoning towards solving the problems of the universe. For example, one could say that the flare of the hypothesis is equal to the sum of the glares on the opposite sides. Unless, of course, you consider that to be triangular reasoning. Other than a slight speech impairment, Gort is the perfect example of the self-made man. He is the very model of the Aristotelian ideal. Just look at that splendid cranium capacity. You will not find a finer specimen anywhere. Science Island was constructed by careful scientific processes. It has all the necessary elements for research. A microscope for the minuscule and a telescope to explore the cosmos. There is a platform designed to land flying machines and a crane to retrieve subsea surface vehicles. There is also a slide for launching upper orbital artificial satellites. Unfortunately, most of those things haven't been invented yet.
Well, that is unfortunate.
When you come to the revelation that science is the ultimate adventure of a lifetime, you may return here to begin your academic career.
Yes, unfortunately he won't let us touch anything.
Please do not touch the equipment. It is delicate and should not be touched by anyone other than a true scientist.
Oh, how shall I convince him that we are a true scientist?
Why, this is quite marvelous. An anchovy and artichoke pizza, the ultimate combination of ingredients. You have the makings of a true scientist. Feel free to look around and learn what lessons you can fathom.
And now he will let us look at stuff, which... something's looking back at us through that microscope. The amoebas are throwing a party. And that's weird. Yep, just the 3 slides. You best not mess with such things. People might think you're mad.
Do not touch the equipment. It is delicate and should not be touched by anyone other than a true scientist.
Yeah, Gort will not let us pat there. This tall man is strangely proportioned, has an odd complexion. In case you can't guess, Gort is a bit of a Frankenstein monster. And that is all we can do on Science Island at the moment. We could practice our kickboxing here for a couple of hours. But there are better ways to spend the day. Although we will need to come back here at night at least once. Because there's a different doctor who comes out at night, and he has a different pizza, which is his favorite, and we get points for bribing him as well. Oh, and on that note, we now have a pepperoni and jalapeno pizza. Man, this is one spicy pizza. And let's go check in with the adventurer.
Good to see you again. Got any stories you'd like folks to know about being a hero? I'm writing a new book. Good to see you, lad. Couldn't be better. Started a new chapter in my novel Quest for Glory story. It's about this correspondence school graduate who wants to become king. Purely fictional, of course. You've got enough stories to fill a book. Maybe enough to fill 5 books. Didn't like the last name I gave you? Well, how about this one? Gypsy Davy I am called by when a lady follows me. Blackjack Davy, raggle-taggle as together we both flee. Though she leaves me for her husband when she tires of the game, still she blushes and looks wistful when she hears folks call my name. If I know anything that will help you on the rights, I'll let you know. Keep on adventuring.
So, yeah, nothing too useful. But still fun. And what the heck. Nice form on the dive there. I think we'll do one quick lap around the harbor.
Calimera!
No boat ride today. But we'll go ahead and do some tree climbing. I think if I do this with a full tank of stamina at this point, it'll let me max out climbing in the half minute or so it'll take me to do this while you watch. Yeah, see, 434. After that, yeah, 459. Now, I am mostly doing this to kill time until the dead parrot opens up, because we do have something to collect from there. And this is probably the most productive use of my time. Yep, 495, almost got it. Yep, there's climbing maxed out, and successfully pickpocketed that fellow. Successfully picked pockets, but the pockets are bare. Yeah, unfortunately, after doing that once, it doesn't help your pickpocketing skill doing that on the beach, but it does improve things in the Dead Parrot Inn itself. At first glance, this building looks like a fortress. Its windows heavily barred. Then you observe the quality and opulence of its construction befits a small palace. You suspect someone with a lot of money built this atypical inn.
You'll need something to wet your whistle after you've watched Nawar, won't you? Ferrari and I have a thing for one another. He's very broad-minded, and I'm very broad. Nawar knows the right moves to move a man, doesn't she? Nawar knows catching a man is like catching a fish. You've got to wiggle the bait a bit. The drink of the day is a specialty from Shapir. It's gin and tonic. One sip and you'll dream of Ginny. Every time some men plant a kiss, they expect to reap a harvest. You should tell Nawar you liked watching her dance. She'll be pleased you liked what you saw.
Yeah, but I'm here for a bigger prize. Made back more than double my money on that bet. And I don't think I'm going to take a chance on Magnum versus Abdul. But I will totally bet 1,000 on Elsa against him. So yeah, like I said, the gambling on yourself and the sure things is a easy way to profit. Not that we really need much money after everything we've done for the most part, but, well, I am a thief. Well, we're coming up on the half-hour mark, but I think we've got just enough time to make one last trip to Science Island. And yes, clearly somebody has been by here because they moved the tram, and You know, every time we come out here, we have to start the tram and wait for it to come out. Can't quite get to it from there. And yes, different scientist. This scientist has an angry expression and a mad cast to his eyes. And if we look at this pie chart, jalapeno and pepperoni pizza. Dr. Mobius, give him the thief sign. Mobius looks at you intently as if you were some sort of specimen in a jar. Perhaps he's expecting your imminent demise.
I have no time for stupid social noises. Save them for those with nothing better to do. I am Dr. Mobius, the greatest scientist on Science Island. Unfortunately, that understates my true genius, since I am surrounded by dolts. Fortunately, most of them have left me in peace at last. You reveal the depth of your ignorance by asking such a question. Every two-bit researcher knows the importance of pizza in scientific research. Pizza is the ultimate fuel. Someday we will invent cars, airplanes, even spaceships. Undoubtedly, they will need pizza to get anywhere. Of course, the pizza needs sufficient fire to achieve its full potency. Science is the ultimate power. It bends everything else to its knees.
All right.
You revealed pizza is the pepperoni and jalapeno toppings. Those are the secret to a truly world-dominating pizza. Everything else is incidental. Those are incendiary. Ah, Gort. Now there is a truly worthwhile specimen. Have you noticed his magnificent upper body development, the finely tuned coordination in his extremities? And he manages to keep his mouth shut, unlike some. We created this island to keep out the prying eyes of jealous neighbors. Here we can pursue our research and experiments without fear of offending some petty peasant. You can find the results of past experiments everywhere around here. Just remember, there is no such thing as a failure in science. Only evidence against one hypothesis in favor of another. Had enough of science for now? I shouldn't wonder. You may safely assume that science has had enough of you as well.
Well, he'll be a little less snooty if we give him his favorite pizza.
Yes, it is a pepperoni and jalapeno pizza, the ultimate blend of science and art. If we could but harness this power, we could rule the world. Care for a piece?
That was delicious, and you're no longer hungry. And yeah, somehow it turned every pepperoni pizza we had into one of those, but now Dr. Mobius will allow us to play around with things in here. Not that we need to at the moment, but the option is there. Anyway, with that done, yeah, you peek under the corner of the rug. What you see is best left there, or at least that seems to have been the attitude of the housekeeping staff. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and close this chapter out here. And not sure exactly what we'll do when we come back, because we have now explored everywhere and done all the quests that can be done before we start the Rites of Rulership. Probably I'll keep training stats off camera a bit, but if we have any interesting fights, I'll probably come back to show those. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.